Golf is not an easy game. A visit to any driving range reveals patrons flailing away with little or no success. Calvin, like most people, did not enjoy immediate success. Standing on the first tee, he asked the objective of the game. Pointing to a flagstick some 370 yards away, Ike explained the goal was to knock the ball into a 4-inch hole at the base of the flagstick using as few shots as possible. Calvin placed the ball on a tee and swung. He missed. With Ike and Roscoe razzing him, he swung a second time. He missed again. On the third try, he made minimal contact, and the ball dribbled down the fairway. Throughout the 9 holes, Calvin occasionally struck the ball on his first attempt, but never got a ball to fly. Despite his difficulties, on the shortest, easiest hole, Calvin somehow managed a par. He was wild with excitement. Calvin had played other sports, but golf presented challenges he had not experienced before. "I was hooked from the moment the club hit my hand," said Calvin. He could not wait to play again, fascinated by the challenges presented by golf. This was a game he wanted to learn how to play. Calvin bought golf clubs and went to the range and hit balls. His first objective was simply to hit the ball and make it go in the air. Once he consistently managed to get the ball to fly, he worked on controlling the ball's flight toward the target. He taught himself to play using instructional books to learn the proper grip, stance, and techniques for different types of shots. One book he studied was Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons, The Modern Fundamentals of Golf, published in 1957. Hogan's book taught grip, stance, posture, and swing. Hogan also had grown up poor and was self-taught, building a marvelous golf swing through endless hours of practice and attention to detail. Asked his secret, Hogan answered, "The secret is in the dirt," meaning the dirt of the practice range. Calvin adopted a practice regimen like Hogan's, simply working harder than most golfers. In Fort Lauderdale, Calvin practiced relentlessly, arriving at the range at daybreak. He dreamt of golf and woke in the middle of the night contemplating improvements to be made in his swing. Calvin bought a camera and filmed himself using a tripod. Many nights, he arose and drove to the nearby Sunland Park on Sunrise Boulevard, where the lights, routinely left on after the last softball game, allowed him to practice. He loved being alone hitting balls with no distractions. Neighbors called the police to report there was some nut in the park hitting golf balls in the middle of the night. The police checked it out and advised them not to worry. The man was not dangerous and suggested they go back to bed. No one could have guessed the man in the park was building the most accurate swing in the history of golf. Golf matched Calvin's temperament and personality. By nature an introvert, he greatly enjoyed his solitary practice sessions. Golf provided an opportunity to earn a little extra cash. Playing pool for money fueled his intensely competitive spirit. Golf is frequently a gambling game as well, and Calvin realized that hustling someone on a golf course was safer than doing it in a dingy pool hall. Calvin continued to hit hundreds of balls each day. He studied film of his practices, refining and committing his swing to muscle memory. An often-used cliché describes golfers as hitting so many balls that their hands bleed, but in Calvin's case, it was true.